What makes communities great?
It depends on the type of community, but what makes a good local community is primarily trust. I mean, do people trust their neighbors? Do they really believe that the people surrounding them are good people? Mm-hmm. That's the primary judge of what a really good neighborhood and a good local community is. But there are also elements of other things that create a good community. The biggest part is, do you have local activists? Mm-hmm. I mean, do you have people who are taking leadership roles, who are starting organizations, and who are mobilizing people?
Yeah.
And that right now is the hard part to get. People are so focused on helping Ghana that they're really not focused on their own neighborhood.
It's easy to help those big causes. There was the tsunami this morning in Japan, and there's going to be a lot of attention that goes there, deservedly so, but people forget about what's happening locally.
Yeah, and I think part of that's media. You go home and sit down and watch TV, and the TV is all about, global events, because that's what TV is. But there's no real way to communicate all the cool things that are happening close by, mm-hmm. and the problems that are close by. Mm-hmm. So I think that people are just not engaged on the close by just because of that fact. What's
the challenge of communicating those problems that are close by?
Primarily infrastructure. I mean, TV obviously can't go around with crews and look at local neighborhood parks, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's really an infrastructure problem and a technology problem.
How have other companies tried to address that problem, and how have they been successful or unsuccessful?
The best in my mind is Patch, which AOL is backing. They're sending local journalists fresh out of journalism school to small towns and having them sort of circle around and figure out what's going on. Mm-hmm. It is a cool model. They're getting some really good information. The positives are they're really engaged in the community. They're taking pictures. They're getting to know people. They're getting deep integrated. The problem is they're still an outsider. I mean, these people do not live there. They didn't grow up there. They really are an outsider reporting on what's happening, mm-hmm. not an insider telling the story. Mm-hmm. So a pro and con, but I think they're doing it the best.